Hi, my name is Trirno Darmayanti. You can call me Eno. I am STIBA IC 4th semester. Okay, I do this record to have the English phonology as my final exam. I have to answer some questions. So these are the questions. I'll try to answer one by one. Let's go to the first slide. Okay, the first question is, what is phonology and phonetic? Okay, I would like to answer the phonology first. Okay, phonology is a science branches of linguistics in a language system that deals with how to pronounce it. In other words, that phonology is a study of the pattern of sounds in a language and across languages. Put more formally, the categorical organization of speech sounds in languages. It's about how speech sounds are organized in the mind and also used to convey the meaning. Right, that's the phonology. I'm going to continue with the phonetic. Phonetic is the relationship between our body parts, such as our lips, teeth, tongue, pharynx, lungs, and how a sound can be produced. And also, in other words, that phonetics is a branch of linguistics that focus on the production and classification of word speech sounds. And the production of speech look at the interaction of different vowel organ, and also the example of the lip, the tongue, and the teeth to produce the particular sounds. And then by classification of speech, we focus on the sorting of speech sounds into categories, which can be seen in what is called in International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. Right, that's the phonetic. Okay, I'm going to continue with the next question. It's about what is minimal pair. Okay, minimal pairs is two words with a similar sounds but has a different meaning. Or you can say that the minimal pair is pairs of words or phrases in particular language, spoken or signed. And then the next one here. This is the example of minimal pair. For the first example is the single sound. As you know that sometimes it's difficult for you to make a difference between F and letter F and letter V in fan and van, and also in word of desk and disk. Alright, that's in a single sound example. I will continue with the vowel sounds. In the vowel sounds, you can see the example fast and first, also wet, wet and wait, bat and but, note and note. Okay, that's the example for vowel sound. Oops. Okay, this is the consonant sounds. We have they and they, berry and very, thin and thing, coffee and copy. And also initial consonant sound. We have came, game, to, do, vow, wow, gate, and wait. And also in final consonant sounds, we have back, bag, hat, hat, bus and buzz, think and think. Okay, that's the example of minimal pairs. Okay, I'm going to continue with the next question. Okay, this one. What is syllable? I think that syllable is a part of a word that contains sounds or unit of sounds itself. Okay, in other words, that syllable is a unit of organization for a sequence of speech sounds. It is typically made up of a syllable nucleus with optional initial and final margins, so that we can say that syllables are often considered the phonological as a building blocks of word. That's the syllable. Okay. All right. Next question is, what are stressed and unstressed syllables, and then strong and weak syllable, and also maybe with the explanation. So I'm going to explain this one, okay, based on the differences or the opposite of those words. Okay, maybe the first one is the stressed syllable. Okay, sometimes the stressed syllable has the longer duration in a high pitch or tones, and vowel and the consonant are usually more clearly. Okay, let's see in unstressed syllable, very different. Okay, you can see this is the opposite. Yeah, this one with the longer duration but unstressed syllable are shorter with the lower pitch or tone, and vowel and consonant are usually often softer and also less clear. So it's also different. Okay, I'm going to continue with the strong syllable with weak syllable. Okay, as you can see here, for the strong syllable, the stress has long vowel as its peak, and then the weak syllable is unstressed, has a short vowel as its peak. Alright, that's about the stress syllable, unstressed syllable, strong and weak syllable. Alright, I'm going to continue with the next question about the intonation and its functions. Okay, I'm going to continue with the uh, intonation first. The intonation is a pattern of pitch that carry meaningful information. As we know that intonation can be described as the movement or variation in pitch to which attach the familiar label describing level, just like when you have the high and the low, and also the tone, and then the falling and the rising. So we know that sometimes we are confused when the people saying something, okay, just because of they don't have any pattern in intonation. So we can say it also, intonation is a term used to refer to the distinctive use of different pattern of pitch that carry meaningful information, as I told you before. Maybe intonation is about how we say things rather than what we are going to say. So without the intonation, it is impossible to understand the expression and the thought that goes to the word. Okay, and the function, we have the function. This is the first one. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is the attitudinal. This is the first function. Okay, I'm going to explain about it for the first attitudinal. Okay, attitudinal is allow us to express emotion. What kind of emotion? Maybe just like the confidence, our interest, surprise, or when we are feeling doubt, when we are feeling joy, pain, and also the ironic, etc. Okay, so that's the function. And the next function of intonation is accentual. Okay, the accentual is when it is said that intonation has accentual function when it implies that the placement of a stress is somewhat determined by the intonation. Okay, I'm going to continue with the grammatical. The other function for the intonation is for grammatical. Okay, the listener is better able to recognize the grammar and the syntax structure of what is being said by using the information contained in the intonation. For example, just like the placement of boundaries between phrases, clauses, and also the sentence. Okay, grammatical function. And the last one is discourse. Okay, this function is can be the signal to the listener what is to be taken as new information and what is already given. it can indicate what the when the speaker is indicating some sort of contrast or link with the material into another tone unit. And then also the conversation, it can be conveyed to the listener what kind of response is being expect from your other, what is it, yeah, the speaker. Okay, that's what I mean. Okay, that's about the Discord. And this function, maybe you can find it somehow in other word, yeah. Okay, that's the intonation and the function. I'm going to continue with other question. Can you please describe of this one? Pitch, okay, and then tone unit and also intonation pattern. So I'm going to go to the pitch first. Pitch is an important component of accentuation or prominence, which both are at the level of individual words than the level of longer utterance. This is saying by Martha. Okay, next one is tone unit. Tone unit is stretch of speech identified as the domain of a unit of intonation. It says by Matthew. Okay, the last one is intonation pattern. Intonation is about how we say things rather than what we say. The way the voice rise and falls when speaking. In other words, the music of the language. This is the pattern, okay? And this is the example of the pitch. For the high pitch range, as you can see here in this word, I'm going to Harvard, not Yale. Okay, and then I never do that. Okay, so this is the high pitch range. Okay, the example of tone unit is with the simple question, just like this one, when or when. Okay, with the longer question, when did you say you would arrive? When did you say you will arrive? Okay, that's a tone unit. Okay, this is the example of intonation pattern. We have falling intonation, and then we have the rising, and then the falling and the rising, and also the combination between them. So I'm just going to give you the example about the falling intonation. This is the first one. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay, this is the falling one. Okay, and then for the rising intonation, sometimes we can find it in a question also. Just like this one, you are a new student, aren't you? You are a new student, aren't you? So that's the example of intonation pattern. Alright, I think that's all for the question I should answer, Miss Dia. Okay, I have the resources, okay, from this book, the English Phonetic and Phonology book, www.britannica.com, and also I have from English Phonology by Mr. Bejo, and also I took it from Wikipedia. Okay, I hope you can satisfy with my answer. Hopefully, I don't have any mistaken on answering the question. Thank you everyone. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.